has finally come. They've made their case.
We will make America great again.
We're going to prove to the world we are stronger together.
So who will be your next president? Right now, live from Times Square, the crossroads of America, with our country at the crossroads. This is ABC Election Night 2016. Now reporting from ABC News Election Headquarters, George Stephanopoulos.
Don't let anyone tell you we don't have what it takes. We do.
We are going to build a great border wall.
Tonight, we've reached a milestone in our nation's march toward a more perfect union.
We will make America great again.
We want to defend our most cherished values.
This is a movement like no one has ever seen before.
I want this election to be about something, not just against somebody.
We will make America great again.
Let's make history together.
Get out and vote, 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 vote.
America's best days are still ahead of us.
We are going to drain the swamp of corruption.
Let's go out and prove love trumps hate.
Right now, from coast to coast, across presidential battlegrounds, it's all coming down to this night and this choice in a history-making, rule-breaking, jaw-dropping campaign.
Can we trust her with our security? She is disqualified.
He just spends all of his time denigrating, criticizing America.
Tonight, voters get the last word in the election of a lifetime. Hillary Clinton seeking to break the ultimate glass ceiling.
When any barrier falls in America, it clears the way for everyone.
Donald Trump hoping to shatter expectations again.
They said Trump doesn't have a chance. We love defeating those people, don't we?
After months of twists and turns, the first results now just minutes away.
And we're going to win because of you.
I will totally accept the results if I win.
This is CNN's coverage of Election Night in America, the fight for the presidency, the battle for Congress, and the issues dividing the nation.
Either we win this election or we lose the country.
Our future is at stake.
The people are choosing, the world is watching, and anything is possible until the last vote.
And grateful.
I accept your nomination.
Your nomination
For the United States.
for the presidency of the United States.
This has been a slugfest.
Crooked Hillary Clinton.
What he is saying is dangerous and divisive.
You think she looks presidential? I don't.
Friends don't let friends vote for Trump.
A roller coaster ride.
I am your voice.
Donald, I know you live in your own reality.
You're telling the enemy everything you want to
We
do.
ran a campaign based on issues, not insults.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
A marathon for them.
And for us.
And we wouldn't have it any other way.
Fair,
balanced, and unafraid. No one covered it all, like Fox News Channel.
It was a pretty rough week.
Voters are now paying attention.
The economy is going to be their top issue.
Who would better handle race relations?
Donald Trump spent the weekend campaigning.
Spat between the Clinton and the Trump camps is only going to escalate.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton appeared to be close to tied.
We do it because we love politics. We love journalism.
And we love this country.
What makes it great is that now
America decides.
We will unify our party to win this election.
I love to win. We're going to win for the country.
Election night 2016. It all starts
We are going
now.
to fix the system.
The world is watching what we do.
The time for action has come.
This is it.
Our country doesn't win anymore. We're going to start winning again.
If you work in America, you ought to be able to get ahead in America.
I'm not a politician. My only special interest is you.
I will never, ever quit on you.
We will make America great again.
America's best days are still ahead of us.
Today is our Independence Day.
Let's make history together.
Get out and vote.
Let's get out and vote.
From NBC News, Decision Night in America.
Your vote for President of the United States will echo worldwide.
It's a decision that impacts over 7 billion people.
We realize that global perspective matters.
And that's what we will give you.
Hillary Clinton,
Donald Trump,
Jill Stein, Gary Johnson.
Who will be the 45th President of the United States?
The world will be watching.
The world will be waiting.
The world may never be the same.
It's Election Day.
And it's time to go worldwide.
Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday, November the 8th, 2016. Election day turns into election night. What's up, America? Let's pick a president, y'all.
And we have our first projections of the night. Take a look at this. Donald Trump, we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes. Donald Trump wins in Kentucky. Donald Trump also wins in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes. His running mate's home state. Both wins, Kentucky and Indiana for Donald Trump. We have more projections right now. We project that Hillary Clinton is the winner in Vermont.
Our first projection is in Vermont, where Hillary Clinton will easily win that state's 3 electoral votes, according to Fox News exit polls.
Next, we go to Kentucky, where Fox News can project that Donald Trump will prevail, picking up 8 electoral votes. Trump will also win Indiana, where his running mate, Mike Pence, of course, serves as governor.
Here is the first projection in the Trump column of Decision 2016. That is the state of Indiana, home, obviously, of his running mate, Mike Pence, the governor there currently. 11 electoral votes. Indiana, we are projecting, goes to Donald Trump, as does Kentucky. 8 electoral votes there. That's 2 in a row for Donald Trump. We also have the first projected state for Hillary Clinton. And look, of all places, it's Bernie Sanders,
some projected
Vermont.
winners in some Senate races now as well. South Carolina. Tim Scott, the incumbent there,
He is projected to win that. In Vermont, the incumbent Democratic Senator Patrick Leahy, one of the oldest serving members of Congress, and in Kentucky,
have a great election
Rand
night.
Paul.
Okay, thanks so much for coming by. Enjoy the pasta sauce. All right, now really, I'm going to put you on a diet starting tomorrow, Frank.
I'm not Mike, so I don't know what to say.
Okay. You actually are.
That really could determine this thing tonight.
Yeah, I think we know. We've talked about Florida, but I kind of want to build on this larger point here, because we know that I think, and just in this respect, if Clinton wins this election, she's going to win it because of this Southeast corridor. And if Donald Trump wins this election, it's going to be.
And they tell us where you have your final forecast as we're coming into the evening.
So we wound up with Clinton having a 71% chance of winning, so better than 2 and 3. And we'll update that as the night goes along, as you guys, ABC News, calls states. So far, obviously, no game changer with Trump winning Kentucky or Clinton winning Vermont. The people I follow think the returns look good so far for Clinton in Florida, of course, which is a must-win state for Trump.
Hillary Clinton said, and according to one of her leaked emails, she has a public-private policy and a private policy.
Let's start with the CNN projection. CNN projects Donald Trump is the winner in
Fox
West
News can
Virginia.
project that Donald Trump will win West Virginia by a
West
wide
Virginia,
margin.
on the other hand, gets added to the Trump pile. 5
I'll tell you,
electoral
look, it got
votes.
quiet in here the minute we started reporting these real results.
Yep.
And if that continues, there is going to be a Paul in here.
I don't even want. I mean,
where are you?
I will cry. I will literally cry.
Glenn, did you see Lindsey Graham voted for Evan McMullen?
How did that happen?
Here's what Senator Muffin Cumberpatch,
Right.
I mean Lindsey Graham,
What'd you call him?
Muffin Cumberpatch. That's his,
Wow.
he's also in the Douche Hall of Fame. So. Oh, okay.
I think he was a pod to jettison out from the Republican Party. Save us. You're our last hope, Obi-Wan. He's R2-D2 coming out of the Death Star with the plans going poof, and hoping that somebody out there will grab on and maybe start a new party that is basically Republican Party-like.
I think Lindsey just thought he was saucy.
This is disturbing. I don't.
He's a good-looking guy.
South Carolina for Donald
Bill
Trump.
Clinton think of losing the Bubba vote? I say this because
you know what?
Bill Clinton's map in 1992. These were his people.
I am very reluctant to talk about conversations I had with President Clinton, but he is not happy about it at all.
And look at all these wins we're projecting for Hillary Clinton right now. She wins her state of Illinois. That's where she was born. Hillary Clinton wins in Illinois with its 20 electoral votes. A win for Hillary Clinton. In New Jersey, Governor Chris Christie is the governor there. But guess what? Hillary Clinton is the winner in New Jersey with 14 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton wins in New Jersey. In Massachusetts, another 11 electoral votes. We project will go to Hillary Clinton in Massachusetts. Another win for Hillary Clinton in Massachusetts. Let's move on to Maryland. 10 electoral votes. We project Hillary Clinton wins in Maryland. She will carry that state. An important win for Hillary Clinton in the state of Maryland. More wins for Hillary Clinton coming in right now in Rhode Island. Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton carries the state of Rhode Island with its 4 electoral votes. Delaware, 3 electoral votes. They will all go to Hillary Clinton. Another win there. And the District of Columbia, which could vote in presidential contest, 3 electoral votes go to Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump also has some projected wins, 3 specifically. We project he will carry the state of Oklahoma with 7 electoral votes. Donald Trump will carry Tennessee with 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump will also carry Mississippi.
In the East, Fox News can now project that Republican Donald Trump will win Missouri based on exit polls. He will also win Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Tennessee, according to the Fox News decision team.
You can hear the people in the crowd outside of the Fox News channel cheering at some of these results. Meantime, Democrat Hillary Clinton will easily win her home state of Illinois, according to exit polls. Mrs. Clinton is also performing strongly on the East Coast, where Fox projects she will win New Jersey, Massachusetts, Maryland, Delaware, and the District of Columbia.
Goes to the Clinton column. Of course, the home originally of Hillary Clinton. Big state, 20 electoral votes, part of the blue wall, as is New Jersey, the most densely populated state in the union with 14 electoral votes. That goes to Clinton, as does the Bay State, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. Adding to the Trump bloc in the South is Tennessee. We're projecting that when all the votes are counted, he will receive those 11 electoral votes. Maryland, reliably Democratic Maryland, goes to Hillary Clinton, 10 electoral votes there. Alabama, 9 electoral votes going to Trump. Oklahoma out in the Midwest will go to Donald Trump, 7 electoral votes. Back up we go to New England, the state of Connecticut, the nutmeg state, 7 electoral votes going to Hillary Clinton. Mississippi, way down south, going to Donald. We have awarded it to Donald Trump. Rhode Island, we keep whipsawing back up north to New England, and part of our story is in this whipsaw, actually. 4 electoral votes from the great state of Rhode Island. Delaware to Hillary Clinton, home state of Joe Biden, going to Hillary Clinton. The District of Columbia, longer talk we could have about taxation without representation there, going to Hillary Clinton.
I'd be kind of surprised if something completely crazy and insane doesn't happen between now and about 2 in the morning. Or, like a satellite crashing into a polling center in Texas. Or I don't know. It's not something crazy. I mean, it has to have some kind of shocker ending.
We can make another call. The Fox News decision desk can call the state of Rhode Island
Looks like
for Hillary
Congresswoman
Clinton.
Tammy Duckworth has beat incumbent Republican Senator Mark Kirk. That is one of the first calls. Again, that's the first call that we are able to make for a Democratic pickup in the Senate. Remember, Democrats need to pick up 5 seats
in
to take control of the Senate.
Richard Blumenthal, the Democrat, is the projected winner. That means he's won for a second term. And in Maryland, Democrat Chris Van Hollen, the projected winner. That's filling the seat of one of the women in the United States Senate, Barbara Mikulski. She was the longest-serving female senator in the U.S. Senate. And we move on now to Oklahoma, where we have another Republican.
And Nate, your forecast is changing right now?
A little bit. We have Clinton up to 78%. She was at 72% at the start of the night as more blue states come in predictably to her side.
Clinton leading. I have not updated the board yet, but starting to do that.
Why not? What's going on?
Because I'm very slow. It's difficult to...
How come all the other networks have things that they push and it's flashy and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, they also have hosts that aren't chewing while they eat, so that's a whole other chewing while they talk.
Don't put Oreo cookies in front of
This is a big victory by fighting back. It may be such a landslide Trump can win, but I give it a 10% chance right now, folks. We're about to hand to Hillary.
There you go, and that's Alex Jones. I think he's heading over to the main studio.
Minutes, yeah.
About 20, 30 minutes, he'll be live from the main studio.
In the state of Florida, CBS News projects that Marco Rubio has won his Senate seat there in that state.
2 more wins for Donald Trump. CNN projects Donald Trump will win the state of South Carolina with its 9 electoral votes. Another win for Donald Trump in South Carolina. Donald Trump will also win Alabama.
Fox News can now project that Donald Trump will win Alabama.
That would be the state of Arkansas. The state of Arkansas, home to Bill Clinton, and for a time Hillary Clinton, goes tonight to Donald
the
Trump.
east coast of Florida is New York. The west coast is the Midwest, and the panhandle, the north, is the South. So back to you.
I didn't understand that, but it does sound profound. No, I'm kidding. You're right.
You don't get that the panhandle's the South?
All right.
Wait, he can't see. Look at Tom. He's going, I can't go talking about.
You've seen this movie.
Florida. I mean, at one point I had Bill Daley in one ear and I had Karl Rove in the other ear on the phone saying, what's going on? I said, if you don't know, how do I know what's going on?
2000, of
Florida. I mean, the late Tim Russert would miss on nights like this. But
We could Virginia, 51% reporting now. Over the midpoint, 52-44 Donald Trump.
He's still holding that lead.
He's holding the lead in Virginia.
She's going to win Virginia. I just don't see a way that's possible, especially given some of these other results.
Good thing she picked Tim Kaine then.
Well, we might say that by the end of the night, to be fair.
Wait,
we might.
Who is
that? As it looks like the House will remain in Republican hands.
Did anybody think that was?
It was possible. It was possible. I mean, it was a 10, 15% chance, but you needed this to happen, and it looks like it has happened. I mean, there was a time where Republicans looked at this as vulnerable because Trump was behind by 8, 9 points.
I wish it was the Senate, though, because that's more in doubt. We don't know about that
No,
yet.
but you needed something. The point here is, look, we're looking for good news here. Why is everybody attacking me? The freaking House, okay? You got something.
Why don't you sit down and shut up?
In Alabama, Senator Richard Shelby is the projected winner there, winning re-election. In Indiana, Republican
I think that if he
Todd
wins tonight, there will be some quite big changes in the Republican Party, because what's clear is the party is doing pretty well in the Senate, it's doing pretty well in the House of Representatives, and yet, you know, he's been stabbed in the back by so many in his own party. So I suspect that if he wins, there'll be quite a bloodletting that goes on within the Republican Party.
60% of this country, 60% of this country believe that this country will be divided when we wake up tomorrow. And so this is an area, oh no. We've got a voter here from Arkansas as well, Lester. But what we want to tell you is, yeah, let's hear it. Okay. So here in Democracy Plaza, a lot of action, a lot of voters coming from all over the country here, and we'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, I'm watching this and I'm thinking it's almost 9 o'clock Eastern, and who would have thought? I mean, I'm talking about the people you listen to, you talk to, you get in touch with in your world. Yeah. No one thought it was going to be this close at this point. Trump can still win this thing at 9 o'clock tonight, basically. We don't know. If he wins Florida, I always thought Florida was the first stepping stone to North Carolina. That's the stepping stone to either Michigan. We all looked at it the same way. But if he gets on the ladder in Florida, then we have to then all look at North Carolina and then figure that's going to be possible.
All right, take a look at this. We project that Hillary Clinton will carry her home state of New York. That's 29 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton will win New York State. That's Donald Trump's home state as well. Hillary Clinton carries the Empire State. Donald Trump, we project, will win Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes. Donald Trump wins those 3. Donald Trump wins some more states, 3 more. He will carry North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes,
Fox
and
News
South
can
Dakota.
now project that Hillary Clinton will win her adopted home state of New York based on Fox exit polls. Fox can also project that Donald Trump will win the states of Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, and Wyoming.
In Nebraska, one of just 2 states, along with Maine, that does not use a winner-take-all system of awarding delegates, Fox News can project that Donald Trump will win 4 electoral
Texas
votes.
Has been awarded to Donald Trump. Texas stays red, as does Kansas. No wobble there. Sportsman Paradise, Louisiana, 8 electoral votes projected to Donald Trump. Nebraska projected to Donald Trump. The state of New York, reliably blue, and its 29 electoral votes stays with Hillary Clinton. North Dakota, Trump. To go with it, South Dakota, Trump. In the Rockies, Wyoming, 3 electoral votes.
Trump will still win.
Trump.
I'm telling you, the massive scripting in the media shows they're going to announce he's lost. There'll be a big, epic confrontation now. They'll say it never existed. How insane. The fact that he predicted it will be used against him.
And this
as if
just
that
in,
was
ready
wrong.
to make another call now. The Fox News decision desk is projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of
He's
Arkansas.
absolutely going to give a good concession speech.
You think so?
I think he has to at this point.
I keep saying this. The guy has not lost 1 state. He didn't have to win yet.
Just wait.
He hasn't lost 1 yet. He has to actually lose some
So wait a
before we
minute.
say this.
Are you being positive? Do you know something that we don't know?
I
or are
honestly,
you just being fair?
There's just
A lot of
reasonable.
This is fun and games until you lose account.
From BillWhittle.com. If you haven't been to the site, it's a terrific site. He produces the great commentary you've come to know and love from him, including...
Whoa! Kill!
Whoa, whoa! No running. Oh, my gosh. Go get him, Barker. Barker Carlson is off to defend us. Wow. Off to defend us from Austin, who made the mistake of leaping. The dog can't handle any such
calculation. Hold on, this is serious. So the calculation that the New York Times has had as a running prediction of winning the presidency. Last time I glanced at it, John, I don't know if you've been looking at that win presidency meter below the states, below the map. Well, it was at
yes.
it was at 80% an hour ago for Clinton.
What is it now?
68%.
Okay,
It
God
does,
damn
and
it,
it
I'm
just so
nervous.
happened that it was my home state that lit up while I was out here.
Wow.
At least we got that right? I'm sure we did that on purpose, right? We called it while TJ was on his home
James
state.
Carville and Michael Steele. James Carville, what is the Clinton camp worried about most right now looking at this board?
Well, Florida is a concern. If we lose Virginia,
right
we'll
now.
lose the election.
All right, we project that Donald Trump will carry a huge prize. Texas, with all of its 38 electoral votes, a big win for Donald Trump in the state of Texas. Democrats had hope, but it's not going to happen for them this time around. Donald Trump also carries Bill Clinton's home state of Arkansas.
So if this is a rural versus urban battle of a kind that looks like something you'd see from the middle years of this century. I mean, that the idea that rural versus urban votes are an important part of how Americans vote, that seems kind of old-fashioned, and yet that's what's happening tonight.
And I got to say, you often see it in Canada, right? The
I
urban
wish
rural
Ken
split.
Carson was the nominee. I have that impression on lock.
That would be good.
Yeah. Like, what's the matter, Guy? Who you calling a retard? I'll cut
In
your face.
Kansas, the Republican Jerry Moran is projected to win re-election to the Senate. Not a surprise there. In New York State, Democrat Chuck Schumer wins as expected. He is also expected to become the Democratic leader in the Senate very soon. In North Dakota, Republican John Hoeven winning re-election. And in South Dakota, John
Dr.
Thune.
Carson has been so patient with us. Like I say, he's a doctor. That's what doctors are. They're very patient.
There are no doctors with no patience.
Republican incumbent Johnny Isakson will
Call
keep
to make
his
the
seat.
Fox News decision desk can call the Connecticut presidential race for Hillary Clinton.
The upshots running forecast of the likelihood that Clinton would win the presidency, and they'd had it at 84%. And remember, it was at 68%, like, what, 20 minutes ago?
I'm actually sweating.
Yeah, she's
So
just
warm.
yes, lovely, Louisa.
I'm not the only one sweating. Hillary Clinton's probably sweating a bit
I think
too.
she's-
I saw Donald Trump at Trump Tower, and his last words to me were, "Biz, I gotta go. I'll see you at the White House." And I started laughing, and he went, "No, I'm not joking."
New York
Okay,
Times
well,
again projecting Trump has a 51% chance
Donald
of
Trump,
winning.
not a favorite to win the presidency,
Oh!
51%.
Jesus.
Trump now at 53% forecast to be the president of the United States. It increases literally with every moment that a state like Virginia gets closer to being called for Trump.
This is the most haunting thing I have ever had, we've ever had. On
What
the
does?
answers.
The New York Times. Oh, New York Times has 53% chance of Trump winning now. Right now. Right now. now has Trump winning 53% chance.
At Florida.
The whole thing.
You mean the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Wow. Not
popular website where people can put together their own electoral maps called 270 to Win. As far as I can tell, it's crashed right now. I think everyone in America
Everyone's
is like, they're starting to.
How does this work? There's no Florida. What's the map?
Everybody wants to be Chuck Todd.
You got to talk to the man.
I just don't have a good feeling about this. That's the problem I'm having. I don't know.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the most concerning thing in this whole thing is that
I
Virginia,
completely agree with you. I mean, we
88%
have
of the vote is
California
in,
down,
and Trump's leading by about a point and a half.
but as far as
They
that
pulled out
works,
entirely from Virginia, and he's now has a lead. I mean, you can't imagine that he's going to be able that she's going to be able to pull this off.
West Virginia, Joe Manchin said he's not committed to staying a Democrat if it's a 50-50 Senate.
Such scumbag.
He's tired of being in
The
the
New York
minority.
Times is now bouncing around. They have like this kind of monitor that tells you who they think is going to win, and it's now bouncing right around a Trump victory.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean it's astonishing. I mean if this is really happening, we are witnessing the greatest political miracle in the history of the United
If this night
States.
ends up being the way that Donald Trump and his advisors think and hope that it will be, boy, I mean, it's going to put the polling industry out of business. It's going to be the voter projection industry out of business.
It's not just there. It's the photo of Donald Trump and Mike Pence watching the returns with the people who have been working on their campaign in the war room is one thing. And then the people who are closest to Donald Trump are watching in a room right now.
All right, CNN now projects that Hillary Clinton will carry the state of Connecticut with its 7 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton wins in Connecticut. CNN also projects Donald
We'll
Trump
make
will
an
win
important call
Louisiana.
tonight, and that is the Fox News decision desk is now projecting that Hillary Clinton has won the state of New Mexico over Donald Trump.
It's 5 electoral votes, but Donald Trump, we can project, wins the state of Louisiana. And it's 8
Rachel, we've seen throughout
votes.
the campaign when Trump's chances have increased, they've tended to send some panic through markets. And right now, as this night has developed in a highly uncertain fashion, global markets are roiling quite a bit. We have Ron and Sana, I believe, on the line from CNBC, with Dow futures trading down about 500 points. Ron, can you give me the roundup of how global markets are moving as the entire world watches
By
these
the way,
returns come in?
as we were talking, 54% chance that Donald Trump wins. They moved while we were talking. It just moved again. Maybe we should 55% chance Donald Trump is going to win right now.
Stop saying the number.
Well, New York Times, Donald Trump has a 55% chance of becoming president as of 9:40 p.m. Eastern. New York Times just said that.
Really?
Really?
Oh, Lord.
Because the chance of Trump winning the presidency, according to the New York Times, is now 58%.
I am right now just trying to brace myself for the shock of whether or not I'm going to have to seek
You've called a
asylum
middle
in
finger to
Canada.
the establishment.
Yes, or Trump being their human Molotov cocktail that they just get to throw into the system
and then we'll
today
look
and blow it up.
New York Times saying there's a 58% chance.
Hold on, what are you saying, Joe?
New York Times now, that average I told you about was 52% or 53%, is now 59% chance of Trump winning as of 9:41.
59% of Trump
Keeps
winning.
edging that way.
Keeps
in
edging
states
up.
like Florida and in a number of the other states right now that are too close to call, an automatic recount is triggered if the results are less than 0.5%.
Just
outside that. That's right. In 2000.
That automatically triggers mandatory Xanax and Ativan prescriptions across the country.
I've got that one. I'm mainlining it right now. Ask me how.
Other than the numbers have
Who
said
came
it's
out
not
this year? Not who might come out.
So
who came out.
basically, this is the entire premise of Doctor Strange. So essentially, what we learned here is that science has no meaning, and that if you just project somebody's astral body out of their body, then they can challenge time, a timeless demon. Yeah.
Virginia for Hillary
New York
Clinton.
Times has the chance of Donald Trump winning the presidency at 59%. 59%.
And CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the
Let's
state
start with
of Montana.
Where Fox News can project that Donald Trump will win that state's 3 electoral votes.
In the state of Montana, the Big Sky State goes to Donald Trump.
61% chance of winning for Donald Trump.
Insane.
We have
This is insane.
Donald Trump ahead 4 points in Michigan.
That's what I dropped my mouth. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. This is absolutely stunning.
Is going to Hillary Clinton.
They now have Trump at 64% chance of winning.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Almighty.
NBC News is projecting that when all the votes are counted, Donald Trump will be the winner in
Also,
Missouri.
it looks like we've got another call in the Iowa Senate. Chuck Grassley, no surprise. I think actually those numbers were anyway.
Yeah.
The projection is also in the Utah Senate.
They still have Clinton at a 538 at a 72% chance to win.
538 always gets it right, too.
Okay, so Anna's being sarcastic.
I'm done with 538.
Okay,
I never want to hear about 538 again.
Why? They're like the smartest freaking guys in the room, and they were smarter about this than anybody else.
I still like him just for his Frisbee haircut.
A living memory of how great it was. In Pennsylvania, the steel cities of Western Pennsylvania, like McKeesport, places like that where the cities boomed, and every guy coming out of World War II had a job. Coming out of World War II, white guys, mainly, but a lot of jobs out there. In Detroit, Motor City, Motown.
A city of 2 million people, built for 2 million people.
It's a boom town. We made the cars for the world. We made steel for the world in Pennsylvania. We were the center of the universe in terms of manufacturing. These people all remember that, and they want it back.
And Trump talked about it from the beginning of his primary run.
Nate Silver is joining us right now. And Nate, a pretty dramatic change in your forecast now.
Well, first of all, our model at least always show this potential for a split, where I think Clinton might be the favorite still to win the popular vote. She'll rack up huge margins in California and here in New York and everything else. I mean, I would look at betting markets, which say that Donald Trump is a narrow favorite to win the Electoral College.
CNN now projects that Hillary Clinton will win the state of New Mexico with its 5 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton wins New Mexico. CNN also now projects that Donald Trump will win Missouri with its 10 electoral votes.
To call in North Carolina, where incumbent Richard Burr is the projected
Our colleagues
winner.
John Stossel and his producer Maxim Lott run a website in which they track the betting odds. It updates every minute. At the moment, you're not going to believe this. At the moment, It rates Donald Trump with a 75.1% chance of winning the election. As a 538 blog, which has had her up 75% likely to win, has got it down to 60%.
538 still sees North Carolina as a 50-50 proposition, assuming this has been updated. I can't imagine that 538 would take tonight off. That would seem to be a peculiar decision, so I'm going to guess that they are updating it. But either way, let's say they're right. By the way, mercifully, the 538 they are updating it because it just dropped to 55%.
Talk about the influence Donald Trump's father had on him, because I know you wrote about that extensively as well.
His father told his sons to be killers. He absolutely raised them to be competitive, to win, never back down, never give up. And his father and his mother, let's give her a little credit, were early readers of The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale.
And in fact, Donald Trump went to Marble Collegian, didn't he?
Imagine all the Black Lives Matter people in Milwaukee. They're just crapping themselves. Get into CBS! Get into CBS! We burned it down! We done burned it down! Shit! Shit!
Tonight, as we watch
New York
results,
Times has
does that mean this is
Trump-
going to happen? No, we don't know that. We're going to be counting votes
Chances
for a
of
long
winning
time.
at 76%.
But it's not
It is
conceivable.
Ohio. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
How are you? Just put that right there. Wonderful.
Have a seat, Doc.
Isn't this unbelievable?
Yeah,
How unfun is this now, huh? Would have been so much more fun a week ago, but now I'm winning. Now I'm winning, and the nightmare is real. I'm a nightmare wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in an enema. About the first 100 days. I guarantee you, in the first 10, I'll be so bored, I'll just leave the White House and go to my hotel. I'm going to let other people run the country, and I'll march around. I'll keep doing these rallies because I love them. I feel like Steely Dan.
Tighten as it goes on, but gosh, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton saying, "Nothing's tightened in my party for years." Stop it. Though that's true. Hot sauce is not something I particularly want to ram up my
If the crazy happens and Donald Trump ends up winning Michigan, then Hillary Clinton deserves to lose, right? I mean, it's like if you're the Democrat and you can't even get Michigan and you were supposed to get North Carolina, you missed that, then you're not going to be forgiven electorally for not getting Ohio and Florida.
Betting odds are now up to 80% for Trump.
Can I get some money down?
Let's remember, the New York Times this morning in their predictive piece put an 80% possibility of Hillary winning. Minutes ago, they're now
60%.
saying a 77% chance that
The New
Trump
York
will
Times
win.
has Trump almost 80% to win, 78% to win.
We have a major projection right now. Donald Trump will take Ohio.
Desk is projecting Hillary Clinton will win the swing state of Colorado tonight.
As you were talking, a critical swing state has been called by the Fox News decision desk. Ohio will be Donald Trump's category. A victory for Donald Trump in
the
Ohio.
state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, the projected winner is Hillary
When
Clinton.
you look at Donald Trump and you see that hairdo, do you ever find your fingers itching for the tomahawk? I mean,
I will say we in the DNC, and this may not, thankfully this didn't come out in WikiLeaks, but I did send an email to Donna Brazile earlier this year analyzing, and I was very optimistic that we would be able to claim many scalps in both the House Republican Conference and the among Republican senators. Unfortunately, tonight it looks like we're going back to the wigwam empty-handed.
This is the 538 blog that has had Clinton ahead all night.
Yeah.
55%.
We are not calling North Carolina yet, but if he gets North Carolina, he gets Ohio. Man, he's doing all the things he needs to do, and Tommy's happy.
Unbelievable. Really, truly unbelievable. Truly unbelievable.
Is now projecting that the Republicans will hold control
In
of the U.S.
Arizona,
House.
Senator John McCain has been declared the winner in that state. John McCain was seeking his 6th term in the United States Senate, 80 years old.
538 with a much more significant chance than the New York Times, but now there is an agreement that the favorite to win the presidency is Donald Trump.
It's going to come down to Michigan.
Steve, Michigan. Michigan's going to decide who the president of the United States
We have
is
another
tonight.
projection, and that is that in the state of Colorado, when all the votes are counted, Hillary Clinton will pick up 9 electoral votes.
But are you worried?
Well, you know, the Cubs won the World Series, so anything can happen, Neil. Hillary Clinton.
So you're very worried. It's almost like a civil war. General Lee looking for the place to go up. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's a lot like the Civil War. And we're going to take the next president to be a unifier, whoever it is. But I think that the fact that Utah, Nicole mentioned, that Evan McMullen could screw the whole thing up by 2 or 3 in the morning with this Zion vote, going back to Utah as an LDS guy and appealing to what we used to call a favorite son sort of election out there, could screw the thing up because we do like to believe in this rickety system of ours actually working.
And CNN can't project that Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, will
Michigan
go to Hillary Clinton.
is still in the direction of Donald Trump. That's scary. That's horrifying. That's disturbing. Wisconsin. Donald Trump is ahead with now nearly 50% of the vote in, which is very, very, very disturbing. And
I'm gonna break my no drinking policy, man.
It's been months, right?
Yeah, it's been at least 6 months since I had a drink. I think I'm gonna pop a bottle.
I'm walking into 30 Rock tonight,
Yeah.
and a guy, I'll describe him, short and fat, yelled at me, jackass, and I yelled back something appropriate to him, which I do. Friend of yours? A real pal. This I know what, he was ginned up by the Clinton, the Obama thing, the Trump thing. Yeah. And it's been going on now, this anti-media. Could it be that when people are polled by pollsters, they see as the media, this has been proffered, they don't give an answer that's straight. They just don't even give an answer. They hang up on the person. They think they're part of that world. And this anti-media campaign of Trump's has been vicious, continual, and the heart of every rally. Well, you're there. Every rally.
America's full of surprises. What did P.T. Barnum say? No one ever went broke underestimating the intelligence of the American
This
public.
is the New York Times live presidential forecast. The New York Times. This is not the betting odds. This is what the New York Times, which is no friend of Donald Trump, says. Chances of Trump winning the presidency, 91%.
Fox News Decision Desk is now projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of North Carolina.
This isn't going to happen.
We have another Senate race to call in Colorado. The Democratic incumbent Senator Michael Bennet is the projected winner.
CNN can now project that the state of Colorado will go to Hillary Clinton.
Now saying the chance of a Trump presidency is 92%.
An incredible feeling for Democrats who thought fighting Donald Trump, how could they possibly lose? Maybe the same sort of feeling that the politicians who called the referendum on Brexit in the UK had, that they thought they wouldn't lose.
Big call right now. Donald Trump will win the state of Florida.
And CNN projects Hillary Clinton will carry the state of California with its 55 electoral votes. A huge win in California for Hillary Clinton. She will also carry Hawaii with its 4 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton wins in Hawaii. Donald Trump, he also has a win. Donald Trump will win in Idaho with its 4
Fox News can now project
electoral
that Clinton
votes.
will win California's 55 electoral votes, the largest single batch in the country. Our Fox Decision Desk also projects that Mrs. Clinton will win the states of Washington and Hawaii, which collectively represent another 16 electoral votes.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump will win Idaho's
And
4
here we go,
electoral
up
votes.
the side of the building. In the Golden State, in California, the projected winner is Hillary Clinton. Note the electoral votes, 55. In the state of Washington, Hillary Clinton, the projected winner. In the state of Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, Hillary Clinton, the projected winner. In the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes, Hillary Clinton, the projected winner. In Idaho, interesting race, as we've been saying.
Let me just
Donald
take
Trump.
your respective temperatures here. Aaron, how you doing? You're a Democrat. You're a big Hillary Clinton supporter. How you feeling?
I'm on
Can you
the
speak?
verge of having a little bit of a panic attack. We were sitting there watching these numbers roll in, and I'll tell you, the reality of a Trump presidency had not actually set in. I had not let myself think about what that would mean. This is already, in my mind, such a sad occurrence for humanity that millions upon millions of people have voted for bigotry, for racism, for white supremacy, for discrimination, for rape culture. And
strong word. But back there, I was telling Aaron, I was like, if at the end of tonight we're hearing "Hail to the Chief" being played for Donald Trump, I actually encourage you to have a huge breakdown on air because it'll totally go viral. Like, it'll go everywhere. It will make you. I think
Even
when
the
it
New
comes
York
to
Times,
media.
even Nate Silver, the king of the Never Trumpers, the pollster for the Never Trumpers, has thrown in the towel with the New York Times saying it's greater than a 95% chance that Donald Trump is going to win.
Compel their electors to vote according to the popular vote of that state, right? The other half don't. And they can be faithless electors.
I mean, I joked on Twitter a minute ago, but it wasn't a joke, that 220, on the bright side, 227 years, a pretty good run for a republic.
It's not over yet. As we said, it doesn't look good. By the way, if you're
we have a projection. Donald Trump is being awarded North Carolina.
Whoa. I'm going to look at the numbers to make sure I get them exactly right. Mitt Romney, Barack Obama race 4 years ago, Wolf. Just want to make sure I get these numbers right because Democrats are saying, can we pull this one out tonight? It was 381,000. So we got 40% still to count. 667. That was the margin.
CNN now projects that Donald Trump will carry the state of North Carolina.
It looks like the Republicans may retain the Senate. If Trump wins the presidency, the Democratic Party will have the least amount of power that I can ever remember a political party having, both at the national level and
in
the
the Senate
state
race in
level.
Hawaii, Brian Schatz is the projected winner. And in Idaho, Republican Mike Crapo holds on to his seat as the projected winner. In Oregon, incumbent Ron Wyden is the projected winner. And in Washington State, Senator Patty Murray is the projected winner. She holds on as well. In California, Kamala Harris
This is ready to make a projection on the state of Utah, projecting that Donald Trump will win the state of Utah.
95% chance that Donald Trump is going to be
At
president.
11, 538 still had it at 50-50. It's now 37%.
North Carolina has been called. It goes to Donald Trump. And Wisconsin and Michigan still leaning red. Brought to you by the fucking morons at the Democratic Party.
How are you seeing it both at this stage?
Over. Trump won. Everything we expected to happen has happened. The American people have risen up and taken the country back, and it doesn't matter how much the media threw at Donald Trump, Hollywood, his own political party threw at him. The people have taken the country back tonight. He won. It's over. It's fantastic.
And CNN projects Hillary Clinton will carry the state of Oregon with its 7 electoral votes. Another win for Hillary Clinton in Oregon. In Nebraska, earlier we projected Donald Trump would get 3 of the 5 electoral votes. In Nebraska, they divide up their electoral votes according to the congressional districts. Now we're going to give them 4 out of those 5 electoral votes in the state
Welcome
of
back.
Nebraska.
Now a call from the Fox News decision desk. Hillary Clinton will win the state of Oregon.
Okay, so Dave Chappelle has been doing some really funny stand-up lately, and he said that Hillary is not right and that Donald Trump is a true gangster.
Yeah.
And, there are people who've been summing up the race very differently.
That Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin.
Trump, what did you just say to me in my ear?
Yes, ABC News is projecting.
Oh, boy, he took Florida.
Florida.
Thanks for watching The View Live
Well,
Election
Nora, the
Night
big news
special.
here with Ron Johnson holding on to this Senate seat in the race against former Democratic Senator Russ Feingold is that this win has essentially cut off Democrats' path to an outright majority in the Senate. The Democrats have only had 1 pickup so far because Republicans have held on to Indiana, Florida, North Carolina,
State of Florida,
and Wisconsin.
What we are terming the apparent winner, Donald Trump. Back Utah, Trump with another one. Trump wins Iowa.
I'm painting because it's the thing that keeps me calm. And I just felt like dad on Sundays at my house where I have to tell my kids to knock it off, play nice with each other, or I'm going to have to take all the toys away.
Listen, this is how I'm going to remember the 2016 presidential election. It isn't going to be Trump or Hillary. It's going to be Glenn's fuzzy period.
I don't think this is a good day for American democracy, but I don't think this is the last American election.
That's good to know.
That was such a straight face.
I thought you'd shut it all down the last time.
Can we get another one?
Fox News can now project that Iowa will go to Donald
Joe
Trump.
Arpaio has lost.
No. Scary thing about Sheriff Joe being out of work is he's now available for the Trump administration.
Head of Homeland Security. That would be my guess.
God.
You know, maybe DEA head. Maybe, by the way, maybe head of the FBI. Like
top cop.
Top
ATF,
cop.
he's got experience. He's ridden in a tank.
Right.
You know, Steven Seagal could be the head of the fucking ATF in a couple months.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
It looks like cancer mixed with AIDS and diarrhea.
Here's the old Trump headquarters there.
It looks like a Super Mario convention.
It does. It does.
He cozied up to Donald Trump. He made it in local media. He even called President
Look
Obama.
at that.
He called President Obama a racist, and Democrats were.
And
they were
one
excited.
thing struck me while these results were coming in: a quote from his sister, Marianne Trump Berry, who's a judge on the New York State Supreme Court. She said, "I knew better, even as a child, than to even attempt to compete with Donald, because he always wins."
Now, take a look at this. And CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
Now, because it's going to be so close, whoever wins, it's going to be a really challenging time for America.
I think the diagnosis
Good,
would be...
good line for a comedy show, eh?
No, I'm not sure if it's a comedy show at this point.
Yeah. Outside of the Civil War, World War II, and including 9/11, this may be the most cataclysmic event the country's ever seen.
Well...
If Trump's got to decide what kind of a president he's going to be, we're in a weird situation right now.
I can confirm we're in a weird situation right now.
Something made me think of the movies a few minutes ago. I forget what it was. I was thinking of the movies. I think of Jeremy Larner's line in The Candidate. What do we do now?
What do we do now?
What do we do now? And that might be the situation Trump will find
Robert
himself in.
Redford sitting on the edge of the bed.
That Donald Trump has won
Really
the state of
skeptical of
Georgia.
Democrats. Why? This president has deported more people than all presidents this century combined.
And CNN projects that Hillary Clinton will carry the state of Washington.
Right now, Vermont. This is a change of party control. I believe the winner is the Republican Lieutenant Governor.
I got to see
Bill
Chris
Scott.
Matthews look like he sat in something wet.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me.
Get up here, brush my shoe, and I sit in someone's urine. I don't know why they're here. Should I stay at home? Kathleen, book me a room downtown. What's going on?
What's going on? In the state of Georgia, one of the earliest to close, one of the latest to be called.
I think everyone's a bit stunned. I mean, I can understand how Trump won because when I ran...
He hasn't won yet.
Well...
You think he's going to win?
I think he's going to win.
And CNN now projects that Donald Trump will carry the state of
created him as
Georgia.
a hero, not as a villain, and then they tried to villainize their own hero, and you can't do that, right? They tried this. I mean, even if you look at sitcoms, they tried to do this. The people who created Family Ties, Gary David Goldberg, I interviewed him, and what he said was originally when he designed that show, Michael J. Fox was supposed to be the bad guy. Right, and then
As
Michael J.
always.
Fox, right? But Michael J. Fox is the only likable character on the show, really.
Correct.
And then when he would try to make him a villain, it would fail.
You've had this dramatic change as the results have come in overnight.
So right now, we have Clinton with a 20% chance, but that's without Wisconsin having been called.
Donald Trump now has the authority of an election behind him. It's the biggest thing that you can have in a democracy. You can't. This is not an antiseptic event. This is now. He has the validation of the people.
Pennsylvania on either one of them.
Where guys said Canada's immigration site has crashed because there's been so many inquiries about moving to Canada. It reminds me of Brexit when the Brexit vote happened.
Are you
All the
serious?
experts. Yes, I am serious.
This is not
I've never lied to you, Bob Schieffer.
No, I mean, I'm just. I like to check my sources.
This means if you look at these maps, that a majority of the bleed over to Donald Trump are people who voted for Barack Obama and felt screwed. They didn't vote for Barack Obama, then just, you know what? I hate Negroes. I hate the colored people. I'm gonna vote Trump. They voted Barack Obama in their own self-interest. They felt like they got screwed, and now they voted for Donald Trump.
Brace yourselves, buckle in, and prepare for what is going to be very likely an incredibly uphill battle for the next 4 years.
Dude, this is like one of the great games I've ever watched in sports. This is fucking incredible. 2:32, 2:09 with fucking 10 minutes to go. Donald Trump kicking off to Hillary Clinton.
Can I ask you, Bill?
She's taking it out of the end zone.
What was the spread?
What was the spread?
That's
Dude,
true. What's
Hillary was definitely favored.
And the peso lost more value than it has lost in 20 years. So, sorry, Mexico. You have just paid for the wall. Your peso is...
CNN projects Donald Trump will win the
By the
state
way,
of
as we're
Iowa.
speaking here, Japan's finance ministry and the BOJ, among others, to hold a meeting on Wednesday to discuss the market developments. I don't know what Japanese is for what the... But as you can see, the markets, of course,
Masto will be the next senator from the state of Nevada. That is a Democratic
She's at
hold.
65% among Latinos, and Obama won 71%. So this guy's going to look at that, this Trump guy, when he speaks tonight or tomorrow, and he's going to be like, I told you, we were doing well. I love the Latinos, the Latins.
Only 65%.
What have we learned tonight? That it might be time to throw professional political polling out the window for a while and go back to Paul the Octopus and his 8 tentacles. It seems as good a chance as any of getting things right.
Is he here?
We're getting him. We fast-styled him. We're going to call him up.
Republican Eric Greitens, he's a former Navy SEAL. He is the projected winner, beating Chris
We have to make our
Koster.
first major decision in this painting. Where does our mountain live? And I think in my world, it's going to live maybe right there.
All right.
I mean, this is...
All right. I put a little friend. I need a little friend right here. A little furry friend.
To call Nevada. They are calling Nevada for
So how
Hillary
did our
Clinton.
politics get so poisonous? I think it's because we overdosed, especially this year. We drank too much of the poison. You take a little bit of it so you can hate the other side. And it tastes kind of good. And you like how it feels. And there's a gentle high to the condemnation, right? So whether your side won or lost, we don't have to do this shit for a while.
We just had a projection. This is a call interrupting our list. Hillary Clinton is the projected winner in Nevada.
CNN now projects that Hillary Clinton will carry the state of Nevada.
We'll be here on Thursday. We'll be here on Friday. Then we'll be here on Monday. And then the following Tuesday.
Jesus.
And tomorrow we start with Plan B. I don't know what to tell you, but hang in there.
It might take all the strength I got to get to where I want, but I know somehow I'm gonna get there. I wasn't looking when I just got caught between the truth and the lie bar. But finding out won't make me feel any better. Yeah, I know the clock is ticking, but the meds are gonna kick in, and my pilot light shines.
Rise back
the
up.
peso is also crashing just a little bit right now. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Sorry, Mexico.
Did you think we're really going to have to build the wall? In my business. Nobody's saying. In my
Here's the
business.
results that we can tell you about so far. California has legalized marijuana. 56% have voted yes. Huge vote there. Massachusetts has legalized marijuana. As well, Florida passed medical marijuana, as did North Dakota. Another result that we saw tonight was an initiative in Colorado to create a single-payer healthcare system. This would have been the first of its kind in the country. It was defeated. Massachusetts voted down the expansion of charter schools.
This was a white lash.
Mr. Donald, look, I get it. Everybody will say, you were wrong, Cenk. He won. He won the most important office in the world, right? And you don't get any more winner than that. Is that the 100 videos I did on that, nothing was inaccurate. So it was a battle of giant losers. And the Democratic Party is like, no, we are professionals at this. We can out-loser anyone.
TheLadderWithCreditor.com/Mug Club. Thank you for watching. Support it and support the team. And we will give back to you tenfold when your love is truly giving. See you next week.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Okay, frankly, thank you so much to everyone who voted for me. I am so proud to be your president, okay? We are going to make America great again, okay? And everybody else who voted for Hillary, I'm hoping that we could all unify together. And, of course, you can kiss my orange ass. See you in January.
Fox News Decision Desk is calling Maine, the state of Maine, for Hillary Clinton.
All right, Donald Trump, we project, will be the winner in the state of Utah.
What do you think? This is inconceivable 5-6 hours ago. First, all exit polling should be banned. The fact is, the numbers were wrong all the way across the table on state
Quickly, I
after
can just
state after
finish
state.
Milwaukee and Madison. The two that are left, it does not look like they are going to produce. The two big ones left for Democrats, it doesn't look like they'll produce that kind of a plurality.
There's a problem with your board, and they say we can't touch it till we fix the bug. So step away. That's what they wanted me to tell you. That's a problem with the board. Step away from the board. All right.
Steve is like, I'm happy to step away from the board. I'm worried that Steve's going to shoot the board at some point in the course of this evening.
We're going to have a board meeting. Poor board. Poor Steve. We're going to take a break because that's what people do in this situation.
It's a Senate I'm sorry, this is a Senate race, so I'm interrupting you for a Senate race call. This is Pat Toomey.
Also getting word at this time that the AP has suggested that the U.S. Senate will remain in Republican
Democrat
control.
Jason Kander has conceded to Republican Roy Blunt.
Well, I mean, at this point, Chris Matthews is just having a meltdown, right? On
MSNBC.
This is wild.
Get up, put my hand and shoot. Come in here. I thought Hillary was going to win. Been worshiping in her altar for 20 years. 20 years long worship. My knees are bald from being on my knees all the time. I had to do about it. I had to throw up my leg for Obama. I had to throw my other leg for Hillary. Now I'm just paralyzed. Donald Trump is going to come here, and Donald Trump's going to just put me down. He's gonna tell me to roll around on the floor. I'm gonna do it like a dog. Me and Joe Scarborough, we're just gonna get in there and just get greasy with Mika Brzezinski.
We have another projection right now. CNN now projects that Donald Trump will win the state of Alaska.
You know, just get up there, cackle. Hey, the Russians hacked it. Donald Trump lied. We need a recount. Why didn't I win by 50 points? I should be up by 50 points. My media told you Trump was a racist. My media told you Trump was a bigot. Trump hates Mexicans. Didn't you hear my media? Didn't you follow my campaign?
Wisconsin is turning out to be a pretty wide margin for Donald Trump. I mean, here's the state. In Wisconsin, Tommy, here's the state in the primary. They vote hardcore for Ted Cruz. Paul Ryan is you look at you are so happy it's making me sick.
This is about the Democratic Party having constantly ignored people until they need their votes. We only talk about the black vote and the Hispanic vote and the young women's vote and the millennial vote. We only talk about these people when we're ticking off on the Electoral College.
So if Trump was right?
Don't ever let me. Don't try and trick me, Peter.
No, but I mean, that was Trump's argument, right? Especially on
from what we've heard about how Hillary acts in private, I don't think our imaginations are able to contain what is going on.
Somebody's getting hit with a lamp.
What is going on in
Huma Abaddon is being tied to a bed and beaten with a cane.
No, but more than usual. More, like, not for the good reasons. You know, it's very angry now.
Projection. Maine. It is being projected by NBC News will be won by Hillary Clinton.
Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight. So listen to me. Everybody should head home. You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow.
So the message there from John Podesta, who's the campaign chairman, this is a major chess move by the Clinton campaign to go out there, put John Podesta out, and basically say she is not done yet. Essentially the message that there is not a concession, that it's too close to call. To my mind,
Clinton campaign chair John Podesta right there, you heard him. He said every vote deserves to be counted. They're not going to have anything more to say tonight. That is likely because they have nothing good to say tonight. Right now, Donald Trump has 244 electoral votes in Cecilia Vega. We see those people getting up, starting to leave.
And it's interesting here that for all the talk about whether or not Donald Trump would concede, it's now clear we will not have a Hillary Clinton concession speech no matter what happens.
Streaming out, as they said, the Clinton headquarters party, election night party,
not much of a party,
is being disbanded.
Could you imagine if Donald Trump was in this situation and he didn't give a concession speech, if he played it out just like Hillary Clinton, he would have been crucified by the press.
Let this be a lesson to you.
Hillary Clinton right now is trying not to stroke out.
No, this is seriously.
And she's getting her fluids, her IV fluids.
No one in political history has choked like this. This is the biggest joke of all time. Now, remember, when you talk about Podesta, if I remember this right, I don't think this has been corrected. He sent that email, the phishing email, to his IT people, and they responded and said it was legitimate.
Looks legit.
So it is not Podesta's
Definitely
fault.
go put your password in.
I will give him a break
IT
on that.
people of all time.
How that guy
of all time.
On Reddit.
Ever.
The Nigerian prince should have been a tip-off there.
You know what? I think you got to wait for these states to be declared. It's interesting. You got to wait through until tomorrow. But I think
the irony of what we're seeing unfold tonight.
Bob, have you ever seen anything like this?
Well, I was the one who said yesterday, the way this thing is going, the next thing it'll happen, it'll rain frogs. Well, it's looking like frogs.
Ribbit.
So for those of you who couldn't hear what we were listening to, John Podesta just took to the stage and said, "We're asking that you all go home tonight. We're going to have more to say tomorrow. Some of these races are too close to call. But Hillary has always been here with you. Not now. Not tonight. But in the future.
But always. Except now.
I have a spirit cooking to go tonight.
John Podesta, chairman of the Clinton campaign, with a message of head home and get some sleep. Certainly not what they expected to be delivering at campaign headquarters for Hillary Clinton tonight. Now the ball is in Donald Trump's court.
Fox News decision desk has called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States, winning the most unreal, surreal election we have ever seen.
He told me once that he had a conversation with Melania when he was considering running about whether he should do it. And she looked at him and said, if you do it, you're going to win. Right.
I need to break in and talk about this unbelievable visual, which is we are watching Democrats file out to the sound of Fight Song, which is the most incongruous sound and image, right? I'm going to be here till the end. I am going to fight for this. No, actually, go home, take a break. We'll see how things are in the morning. I mean,
she's
it is
not appearing
wildly
tonight because they've probably had to medicate her. I mean, she has to
let's be honest. They probably got some toddler. She's taking her, anger out on.
There is how so many Hillary Clinton supporters are reacting in that room.
It's an interesting decision by the campaign to come out and say, go home, we're not going to say anything else tonight. I mean,
there was bound to be a sad people filing out of one of the headquarters picture tonight. It just happens to be the Clinton campaign and our modern-day security apparatus forcing crowds to walk around barriers for no apparent reason for the Supreme Court, among other issues. And here's another projection. Alaska, we are projecting when all the votes are counted, we'll go to Donald Trump.
She had said as recently as last night about being gracious and
I'm trying to imagine right now what's going on inside Hillary Clinton's inner circle in whatever hotel they're in.
It's screaming, weeping, what's
This is the same campaign that was questioning Donald Trump as to how he would handle the outcome of the election. And Hillary Clinton is playing right into the narrative of Donald Trump. She's tired, low energy, going to bed. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Her supporters are up, but she won't speak. I think this is the epitome of arrogance in American politics. This is why she lost the election, if it turns out that way. I mean, I guess she can't take a 3 o'clock phone call if she can't go talk to her supporters at 7 minutes after 2.
So, Katie, as you just heard, kind of a head scratcher there from John Podesta saying that everyone here should go home, that Hillary Clinton will not be coming here tonight. But it just makes you wonder what is going on right now in that hotel suite, what is going on emotionally with Hillary Clinton and her family as they're trying to decide now how they move to the next step.
John Podesta just emailed everyone yesterday, and we would have got this from WikiLeaks as opposed to just coming out tonight and doing this. This is absurd.
I don't think Van thinks you were making exactly his point.
This is so egregious that if this was Donald Trump, the hypocrisy would be so outrageous that, you know what someone in this panel would call him? The George Costanza of this election. That's what he would be called right now.
Corey,
You won. So where was the conciliatory note to say, I want my people to support one president? Where's that message?
It's got to start with you, man.
No, it has to start with the president who ran. It has to start with Hillary Clinton, who ran. Look, I didn't run for president. John Podesta didn't run for president.
See, this is the fear. Here it is. You see it. You won.
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
You won.
That's right. And Hillary Clinton should say that to the American people and say, support Donald Trump because he's one president.
This is it. Let me finish. I'm not done. I'm not done. Look, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. She'll talk in the morning.
Will she?
Let him finish. Corey, you're being a horrible person right now. Let me finish.
If this was Donald Trump, the hypocrisy would be so outrageous right now.
I'll take a look at this. CNN now projects that Donald Trump will carry the state of Wisconsin. And CNN projects that Donald Trump will win the state of
guys,
Arizona.
thanks so much for coming here and wasting your entire night on this amazing, amazing piece of history. It really is a crazy moment. Are you getting another shot?
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're gonna sign off, then let's do it like this.
A sign-off shot?
Just a little bit.
A sign-off shot? Right,
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Come on, hook me up. Who bought this tequila? I mean, we couldn't get Patron? What is this?
To quote a wise hobbit, it's good to be here with you people.
Here at the end of all things.
It is. Of all things.
There
we go.
Have now confirmed that Secretary Clinton has conceded to Donald Trump. This concession took place in a phone call we anticipate just moments ago. And as we are awaiting Donald Trump taking the stage here, that is the news at this hour. Secretary Clinton has conceded to Donald Trump.
So let me say, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory. And I congratulated her and her family on a very, very hard-fought campaign. I mean, she fought very hard. That while the campaign is over, our work on this movement is now really just beginning. We're going to get to work immediately for the American people. And we're going to be doing a job that hopefully you'll be so proud of your president. You'll be so proud. Again, it's my honor. It was an amazing evening. It's been an amazing 2-year period. And I love this country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There you have it, folks. History made here in the early morning hours of November 9th, 2016. Donald Trump, the businessman, real estate mogul, and reality TV star, taking to the stage there as the next president-elect of the United States.
I think it's so telling and so fitting just by the song that Donald Trump has chosen. You can't always get what you want.
It was a very gracious speech, a very gracious. He thanked everybody.
It's also Georgia's sobering moment. We have to remember, all of us, this is the hardest and most important job
and as
in
Donald
the world.
Trump takes the applause and embraces his family at the Trump headquarters here in New York, it is now official that Wisconsin has gone for Donald Trump, and that takes him officially over the 270 electoral college seats. So now there can be no doubt about it.
Well, there he is, about to be the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump. 70 years old. First president of the U.S., never to have served public office anywhere beforehand, nor served in the military. But he certainly served in business. That's how he made his name.
And that was Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States.
We were asking whether he could be conciliatory and could he be magnanimous in defeat, and we found out that he could be magnanimous.
This is just a remarkable moment. This is history, and give the man his due, and give his team their due. The real challenge starts now.
I remember going to Mar-a-Lago to interview Donald Trump during the primaries, and it was you, Hope Hicks, Donald Trump, and that was it. That was the campaign. And I remember you pointed to a guy who was at the pool at Mar-a-Lago and said, "That's our digital guy." He was like asleep at the pool. And I literally was like, I turned to the people I was with, I was like, where is the actual campaign? And I realized it was you guys just walking through Mar-a-Lago doing your thing. And so
we now project Hillary Clinton will get 3 of the 4 electoral votes in May.
I pray and I hope you're right, and I pray and I hope that Donald Trump is the man and the president that America requires.
Well, at the moment, he is, and until I hear otherwise, we have the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
That is big news.
And the great dark tower of Barad-dûr crumbles to the ground, and that red eye, one moment of fear when she finally realizes that it's over before going.
And thank you to the audience for sticking it out.
Yeah,
it's been great.
All 7 or 8 of you.
And by the way, if that ain't reason to subscribe to the Wire,
give us your $8.
For God's sake, people.
Yeah, what do we have to do, bro? I've always respected your opinions and your differences of opinion. I respect them now, and that's what gives us the strength. Not you.
No, I know. I've never liked you.
It's a bridge too far. A bridge too far.
All right, people.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Donald Trump and his adoring family standing beside him, along with his vice president elect at this point, Mike Pence, promising to bind the wounds of division, saying it's time for us to come together, promising to be president for all Americans.
He needs our help. He needs our support. He deserves it.
This is a very moving moment, I think, for a lot of people, and not least of whom Donald Trump. This is a guy who's never done anything like this before, and he turned around and he pulled the whole thing off.
Come to Jesus moment for Democrats and for the establishment in this country. Absolutely.
I echo a little bit of everybody, and good night and good luck.
Nelifer, send us out.
Yeah, welcome to the new age. This is the new world. I'm excited to see what he does. I'm not as pessimistic as everybody else.
All right, well, there you have it.
I mean, this is awesome. Now is the delivery. Because with Hillary, she's out to get us. We know that. But what does Hillary do with all her crimes? I kind of like was saying, hey, we'll leave you alone, go away. I get that like abstention.
Look, I think that we're at a historic moment where the country's in desperate trouble. Alex, we needed a leader, somebody with courage, somebody with balls, somebody who didn't buy into the globalist agenda.
I never thought somebody who may or may not win the popular vote, may not cross 300 electoral votes, I never thought I would say that person has a mandate. But this person has a mandate.
You went through that map lately? That's a lot of red.
Trump has a mandate because of how he won and because it was in defiance of the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, the professional intelligentsia in this country, whether it's we in the news media, the academics, you name it. So he owes nothing to those folks. Now, you want to get something done? Okay, that's another story.
Donald Trump accepting the congratulations of a crowd there in New York City.
Yeah, as Amy said, biggest political upset of our lifetimes.
He did that. He was generous to Hillary Clinton.
Look, he's the only president we have. And I think, the tradition of rallying around a president is something that has served America well.
Same thing. I mean, I thought the speech was classy. And we are still waiting for
Donald Trump saying he wants the country to come together. Republicans, Democrats, independent. When was the last time Donald Trump asked anyone for guidance and help? But he did tonight.
Something that stuck out with me is that Donald Trump reached out to the Republicans that refused to back him in that acceptance speech.
I think we're definitely in for, he owns both houses of Congress. We're in for whatever he wants to have happen. And
Well, as we were talking, just on this panel, as he got up there, someone murmured, "I hope he keeps it presidential." It appears that he did that. And
I'm not sure that Clinton she made a decision not to come out tonight, I think, for a reason. I'm not sure that she wants to show her face at this.
Strategist again from the Hillary Clinton campaign. The I'm with her thing, I'd like to explain it. We were counting on the fact
that half of America would be female. What we didn't understand was that the other half of America is male. Here's the thing is also, it takes a lot of effort to collect nuts for the winter, and winter is coming. So I had a lot on my plate.
I asked a gentleman, do you think it might have been a different outcome if Bernie Sanders was the Democratic nominee? He looked at me very pensively and said, you may be right.
And after a very long night, and as he said himself, a historic night, a stunning night, Donald Trump has just spoken to his supporters who were gathered all night at the New York Hilton, trying to be, I think, unifying and gracious in victory, mentioning Hillary Clinton and complimenting her on a hard-fought campaign, talking about how he was going to work hard to be a president.
As Donald Trump spoke, you might have seen the graphic change at the bottom of the screen after declaring him the apparent winner in Wisconsin, after declaring him the apparent winner in Pennsylvania. NBC News is projecting that Donald Trump has indeed been elected president of these United States.
The thing that I think we're all reflecting now is that all of us here sitting at this desk, we've all heard from people on the Trump campaign over the last couple of months saying, you know, that Maine 2nd congressional district, there's a reason we keep going to Maine.
Yep.
You know, like, oh, definitely we've got a shot at Pennsylvania. And we all went, you always say you've got a shot at Pennsylvania. But to see them take PA, to see them take Wisconsin, to see them within a shot at Minnesota, it's not true that everybody's polling was wrong. Theirs was right, apparently, because they knew to go to those places.
We've always counted on, in our democracy, our basic notion of democracy, I guess, as it's modernly practiced, is that skill in winning the presidency would be applicable to being president. I leave it as an open question. I hope there's some connection. But otherwise, we have a dingbat as president. We have a guy with no ability to be president. It's hopeless with terrible values and incompetence galore. And we're just into doomsday right now. I'm just not ready to accept that sort of notion right now in my head. I have to think there's got to be a pony in this crap pile.
I think
there has to be a pony in there somewhere.
Somebody had to create the crap.
Don't forget.
All of us here at ABC News right now. I'm Amna Nawaz in New York.
There you see it on the board right there. 278 electoral votes already, more than enough to win the presidency of the United States. He has received a phone call from Hillary Clinton. He will be the next president, the most stunning upset in American political history.
Thanks to all for tonight, and good night for now.
Nora O'Donnell and our entire Campaign 2016 team, I'm Scott Pelley. Thank you for being with us on CBS.
Remember, this has been a truly historic night. Donald Trump, elected president of the United States.
And what a journey it's been.
You know what? We are very grateful to all of you for keeping attuned to the Fox News channel through a weird year for all of us. It's had ups and it's had downs, but we've all done it together, and we're grateful. Thank you for watching us, and for trusting us. Good night, everybody. I'm Megyn Kelly.
Good night.
To everyone here at Fusion, good night, and thank you so much.
Donald Trump is now president-elect of the United States. But that's only phase one in 1776 worldwide. Get ready. Good job. Get some sleep. Mark.
All right, Allie and James Carville and Chuck Todd and Andrea Mitchell, great to have all of you here as part of our coverage. It's going to do it for NBC News coverage on this decision night in America, a night that will go down in history. A stunning upset as Donald Trump triumphs over Hillary Clinton, defying the polls, the pundits, and the political class, once again, this time elected president of the United States. Good night, everyone, from New York.
Thanks to all of you for watching. Good night.
Election 2016 on PBS.
Have a great morning.
Yahoo News. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Ari Melber continues our live coverage. Thank you, partner.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it, man.
all our family members.
So